welcome back. So good to be together again. So today I want to talk to you about the power of a seed. Yeah, a seed, a little tiny seed. I want to talk to you about the power of it. Have you ever just sat and just thought about the power of a seed? I mean, seriously, in one apple, just one apple, there is the potential for an entire apple orchard just in one apple. Or how about this? Those lovely dandelions? Yeah. Well, those lovely dandelions, when the kids or the adults pick them up and blow on them, they have great power to spread, which is why so many people get rid of them. Seeds are extremely powerful. And God in his word said that we have seed time and harvest time all the time, that it will be here. We have a time for harvesting, we have a time for planting in the physical, but we also have that in just the realm of our everyday life. I want to talk about that in regards to what we are saying and what we are doing. I think that in this time that we're in, where there has been so much, I'll use it this way, so much bad seed that has been sown, and the world is in chaos because of it, whether it is from a racial tension, whether it is from the confusion, whether it is from lockdown, or any other stuff that is spilled out and over because of the things that have been sown as a bad seed or planted as a bad seed. I know that we could just harvest all that, but I believe that if we will take time, each of us, to make sure that what's coming out of our mouth and our life is good seed, that we will reap a greater harvest from that. In fact, the Bible tells us that if we have faith just of a little teeny mustard seed, we can see great things happen. We also know that the Bible tells us that we can, that the sower and the reaper can be caught up together, and that there can even be an overtaking of reaping of good things. So I think there's a lot on the plate right now for us as people of faith. I think there's a lot on the plate right now for those that are contemplating faith. I think right now there's a lot just kind of hanging there, waiting to see, what are we going to do? How are we going to tip the scale? Are we going to tip it in which direction? I think we need to tip it in the good direction, and we need to plant some really good apple seeds right now and grow some orchards. Here's some more examples. If we want to receive love, what should we give first? We should sow love, right? We should plant love, that seed of love. What about mercy? Yeah, well, then we should be planting it. What about forgiveness? Well, then we should be planting it. The scriptures are clear that in giving we receive. And that goes far beyond just our monetary. We can see that across the board, not just in a spiritual realm, but you can look at it from any direction. Haven't you heard, do unto others as you would have done unto you? Haven't you heard, what goes around comes around? This is an important season we're in. What are you doing? What kind of seed are you sowing? Because we will reap bountiful harvests together if we will all focus on the power of a seed and sowing or planting seeds of good and love and mercy into our nation, into one another at this time. I always say, one-on-one, the war will be won. God has placed all of these universal laws, spiritual laws, in the earth, in existence for our benefit. And if we will take the time to plant them correctly in our future and in the lives of others around us, we are promised a harvest. The power of a seed. I'm going to close with this. I want you to think about this. I want you to look at your hand. I want you to realize that God's hand is a lot bigger than yours. But I want to leave you with this. When you open up your hand to plant your seed, God releases what's in his hand. You see, when we're planting the wrong seed, he can't release what's next because he responds to faith and he responds to the good. And so he's a protective God. I'm not trying to say anything negative here. But when we release that good seed, he releases the next good seed. When we release what's in our hand, he releases what is in his. The moment that we do it. And I think that is beautifully written and beautifully said, and I wanted to share it with you today. So here's my challenge. Where can you plant seed? Where can you do it? I want you to look around in your life, in your family, in your community. Where can you plant good seed today? Who could you help? How could you invest into your own future or into somebody else's future by planting seed? Remember, it only takes one apple to make an orchard. You're a good apple, friend. Let's grow orchards together. God bless you, and I will see you very soon. Remember, God has a purpose by design for you. Embrace it, run after it. Thanks for being with me today.